Hi friends, it's Auntie Cuckoo and I'm in Michael's for one thing, yellow paint. But then I saw all this. Let's go shopping. Let's start right over here with all of this retro, vintage looking Christmas decor. Now I have to tell you guys, every store I have been into has had a mailbox for Christmas. It's really becoming a staple, and they're doing them here at Michael's in a few different versions to go with their different collections. This is a really pretty little faux window with all of the Christmas text for $25. And this collection has a lot of teal in it, giving it that nod to the vintage retro look. In addition to teal, this collection has a lot of glitter. So that's just a little elf boot that is a votive holder for $20. They have this box sign for $18 and a miniature Santa countdown. I really like the font of those numbers. And this one is $20. I also really like these Santa boots. It seems like for the most part when I find Santa boots, they're red. These are $20 and I really like them in the black. They have a little bauble Santa and a snowman for $18. And down here on the bottom shelf are really tall Santa countdowns. These are probably about 2 feet tall and they're $30. They have the teal numbers. Michael's did something really smart this season and put all of their decorative pillows in plastic. I think that's going to help them stay a lot cleaner on those shelves, and they're $35. I love this little countdown tree. These little openings are tiny. I think you could maybe fit a Hershey's Kiss, and it's $40. Here's more of the glitter I was telling you about. They have this sign in a few versions, believe for $15, and this is pretty amazing. Now I've showed you guys this at Hobby Lobby last year, and Michael's definitely took notice of what Hobby Lobby did last year. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. First off, this ginormous candy cane, so vintage, it's $100. But it is a substantial size. It's definitely got to be at least 3 feet tall. They're also doing some fun retro looking enamel signs in the teal and red. And these I think are probably maybe my favorite thing out of this collection. Now I don't decorate in this style, but I think these are so cool. The set is $40, but these are huge. They're very good reproductions of vintage ornaments, and they're shatterproof. They did these fun little postcards. These are $5 and they come in a few different prints. They have the retro sort of images on one side, and on the other side, when you flip it over, you can tell it's supposed to look like an old style postcard that came through the mail. Can we all say Hobby Lobby? So these reindeer I know have been at Hobby Lobby for at least the last 2 years because I have been eyeballing them. And I believe at Hobby Lobby last year they were $17.99, and here at Michael's this year they're $15. They did put out these cute little elves, but they're $7 a piece, you guys. Now I could understand if they were salt and pepper shakers and a set for $7, but that's a little pricey. So is this Santa for $25. It is just made out of foam. You could put your finger right through it, but they do have that vintage look, and they have hangers on the back of them. Here's a super cute pillow. It's sort of that heavy muslin material, $30, and it looks like an old style postcard. Right next to the pillow are these absolutely adorable elves. They're ceramic for $20. They have them in teal and in red. And this is a great reproduction of a vintage looking item. I think they're going to be very popular. Now above those they have some vintage looking snowmen. At first I thought it was a cookie jar, but it is just a ceramic figurine and no price tag, so it must be free. Right next to the snowmen, there's this very vintage looking wreath. Now there are things on this wreath that remind me so much of my childhood. This little red house being one of them. That was exactly the village style my grandmother had underneath her tree growing up. It's really pretty and has a pretty price tag at $60. Now for $30, they have this little sign that is a returner from last year, the Naughty or Nice, and some more glitter boxed signs with old school looking vintage postcard written all over them. In the snowman couple and holly jolly with the reindeer. Now it's getting a little bit more gingerbread candy themed over here. Those little soldiers are $25. And then they have these tall trees for $20. You know these are going to fly right off the shelf. Super cute Santa mugs for $7. And a little box sign, when in doubt, add more tinsel for $12. Here's another one of their glitter signs, Enjoy for $12. And I also found it in Merry for $15. They did a massive countdown gingerbread house. It is big, you guys. I didn't even want to pick it up, but I turned it around and it is $100. Now this pillow made it out of the plastic and looks like someone may have been naughty and got it dirty. I like this little reversible pillow. They also brought back the Santa in this version. I don't know what this is called. I want to say needlepoint, but I don't think that's right. More vintage signs. I like this one in the North Pole. That portion is raised and in metal. It's $25. And this is something I actually picked up last year for $7, the hot cocoa sign. I remember all those gingerbread houses from last year and they're $20 this year. They also have these little candy themed standing signs, Enjoy and Noel for $12. Now this is impressive. It's almost like a sign affixed to another sign. Super heavy and it's $20. And another postcard themed sign. Santa Claus Candy Cane Lane in the North Pole. This one's probably about 5 inches by maybe 8 for $12. And some very tall, narrow candy cane trees. I expected these to be foam, but they're plastic. The smaller one is $20, and I can't help but think of unicorn horns when I see these. The taller one's $25. Here's another countdown with a little magnetic Santa for $20. And this is a pretty cool little sign. I had to stop and just read it for a minute. It's pretty cute. Has that 70s vibe. And this one is also $20. Now I really like that vintage collection, but I really like this very rustic, and yes, I'm going to say the word, farmhouse inspired Christmas decor. You're going to see more enamel over here. This is a pretty large sign for $40. Merry Christmas, North Pole. They did these little pans last year as well. These are pricey. It must just be that they're well made. $20. Lots of little berry trees that are actually not that little. $40. Another cute enamel sign. This one is of all the reindeer's names for $20. And another large plank style sign next to that with Christmas house rules. And if my memory serves correct, this one was $50. It is pretty heavy. Now, they did a sled. It's not as affordable as the one at Walmart, but it is so cute. And I thought these were really beautiful. These are just some more signs. They have it in the red and comfort and joy and green on the white background. Here's another big piece. So this is wood and all of the Christmas text on it. Actually, it was only $40. So if you wait till this goes 50% off, you can get it for $20. Looks like the crates have made it back again. I think this is our third season seeing them. I remember sharing them with you guys in spring or summer, and then the last Farmhouse Decor just before fall when I did the shop with me. This is beautiful. It is a large galvanized countdown home for $100. Now this reminds me of something we saw at Walmart this year for fall. They have it in the red as well as the green for $12. Michael's got the house memo. We've been seeing little houses in all kinds of decor, and they're putting out their own version for Christmas. These are all made of metal. They're different prices and sizes. The first one was $40. This tall, narrow one is $20. Now this one is $30 and it's galvanized. They all have a little hole to put some kind of light in on the bottom. And that one's got like Southwest Saloon written all over it to me. I think this red one is my favorite. Here's another one of the galvanized for $35. And this one's gonna give you guys a little sticker shock. I know it did me, but it's big. And it's heavy, and it's $70, 70, but there's a ton of detail, and you know that most of us are bargain shoppers, so we would never pay that. We will definitely use at least a 40% off coupon. Cute little barn with the doors slightly open. Now the roof on this little barn, completely covered in white glitter. Yes, I took some home all over my shirt. You guys know I'm doing gingerbread this year, and I love these little canisters. The price is a little high. I also never really saw a price on that large believe sign. We have more over here. Now this one over here with the hot cocoa kind of resembles an old style thermos. It's $12, and the one in plaid next to it is $10. They also have these that look like they are old school candy containers for $18. And this little sled. Now last year they did a massive sled. This year, to me, this is a much more reasonable size, and it's $50, galvanized on the inside, chippy on the outside. Down below I found some nautical rope, some ceramic lanterns for $30 in the red and white snowflake, and this pretty tall lantern. I'd say it's at least 24 inches. The top on it is a matte black metal, and then it's got the red wood doors with some glass. Here is some metal cutout trees in the green and white. Those are different. And reindeer that are buffalo check. So I know a lot of you are going to probably be doing this print this year, so I had to be sure to share these with you. Now above those I found these, and I just think they're so cute. I love the combination. They actually have the black and white check inside of the red one. Very cute little buckets. Right above those are the pillows. More buffalo check. These are longer lumber style pillows. I love this one with "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" on it. All of these are $35, and they all have little rustic bells on the sides of them. Now this is when it gets even more farmhouse. These are ceramic heavy canisters for $30. They have the reindeer sleigh rides and the freshly cut Christmas trees. These surprised me. These are like old school chocolate molds of Santa. So pretty. They've done them in years past for Easter, and it was really cool to see them out for Christmas. Some more little box signs for $5. And then this. It is huge. It's got to be at least 4 feet long, and it's super duper heavy. It's also $100. And then right next to that, I found some tree molds. So to go along with the chocolate molds of Santa, they have a smaller tree and a larger one. And I think these are really cool. Just different from everything else I'm seeing. Right below those, I found some very rustic wooden presents with some galvanized bows. No lights on those. And the red reindeer countdown. I think they had this one out last year, and it's $25. They also put out a really beautiful throw and buffalo check for $40. It's pretty soft and it has very long fringe. Some really nice little enamel signs. To me, in my house, little things like this I can get on board with. It's the larger pieces I have a harder time committing to, but I really eyeballed this little Peppermint Lane one. Maybe I'll be able to recreate it. It's $10 here at Michael's. Now here's something fun. This reminds me of some old school jacks. When I was a kid, we didn't have iPhones, and we played outside a lot more with things like jacks, and these are actually snowflakes for $18 in metal that just kind of resemble an old school jack, and they have them in red, white, and green. And then there's this guy. Such a handsome Santa for $70. He's got a little bit of fur, a little bit of burlap, cute little sled he's holding, and of course some red buffalo check. I thought this might have been out of place, but it's part of their Christmas collection. And here's another mailbox. I picked one up like this last year. Here's another enamel sign. This one is $35. The enamel items tend to run a little bit more. Some more standing trees. These have that frosted look and they're hollow in the center. You could definitely run some lights up there. And here is a very pretty, very large Christmas tree on a metal sign. This one's $100. Next to that, the Noel for $25. Here's another Christmas tree. I'm seeing these in pretty much every store I've been to so far. They're just a staggered, sort of eclectic looking group of Christmas words stacked together for $40. And you guys know this is going to be popular. Freshly cut Christmas trees, it's only $25. That's pretty good. I think they may have even put this one out or something similar last year. Now these little wooden cutout trees are right up my alley. Small one is $15. They also have it in the larger size for $18, and they have them in white. I think these little galvanized metal snowflakes on the wood plank background for $12 are very cute but pricey. And looky here, this is pretty much what we saw in Walmart, and the mailboxes are $40 here. Some more farmhouse inspired galvanized tins. So cute to have a Christmas tree hanging out of one of them. They did this little trailer. It does have some metal detail, but it's like a heavy ceramic core for $30. I did not see a truck that went with it. Maybe that is still yet to come. More mailboxes. This one is in red. $40. Joy in a wooden cutout for $12. And a very large reindeer for $100. Now it is made of some sort of heavy plaster, I believe. It is on a heavy base. And here's another mailbox. This one is galvanized, a little bit of snow with lots of old school looking decals on it. $40 again on this one. 24-hour delivery, just like Amazon. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I think this is going to be another one of their popular items. They did some bells in silver, but it's more of like a farmhouse galvanized looking silver metal than a shiny bright metal. This is a cute little tree, probably around 4 feet, in a nice tin base. They also did a nutcracker sort of toy soldier, very plain and simple, out of wood, and some tag signs. These are a lot smaller than the ones we saw out around Easter, but they do have the buffalo check around the edge. These two have it in black and white, and then Ho 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 is in the red and white buffalo check. Now I had to go back and show you guys the price on this sign up here because it was only $30. I know I definitely have my eye on something. Comment down below and let me know if anything I showed you guys caught your eye. And until our next time out, thank you for watching, and I'll see you back very soon.